Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General YAHANNA presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General YAHANNA. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
Most High in Christ. Clap it up. Most High in Christ. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under Commanding General YAHANNA, we teach that so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native men, women, and children are God's chosen people according to the Bible. Israel, Yasharallah, the Passover is coming up, April 4th, 2026, Houston, Texas. We got to, it's right around the corner. We got to get our garments together. We got to make it to the Lord's Passover. It's part of the law. We are in the last days of time, Joshua, Israel. We are in the last days of time. Christ is coming back. He's coming back. A black man from the tribe of Judah, the king of Israel, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. So we got to make sure that we on point. We got to not celebrate these holidays of our oppressor. Valentine's Day that passed, we're not supposed to observe. We have Black history. The Bible is Black history. The Bible is Black history. We don't need to let the oppressor have President's Day, his holidays. We have high holy days in the Bible. In Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, we have high holy days. The Passover, Purim, HaKanukah, the Feast of Tabernacles, more blowing of the trumpets, Day of Atonement, Sabbath every week. We have the Sabbath service every week. That's a high holy day. We got to turn back to our laws, our statutes, commandments, and the Lord will be with us. He will. His face will shine upon us. He'll give us peace, mercy, if we do what He wants us to do. But we have to play our part. We are in captivity because we didn't play our part. We broke the covenant of the Most High. We broke our agreement, our part to keep His laws, statutes, commandments. He is our Abba. He is our Father, and He's going to punish us because He's righteous. He wants us to do the right thing. He wants us to rule the planet Earth. His kingdom, His will be done on earth as it is in heaven. He wants His will done on earth, but He needs representatives, and we are His representatives on the earth to do what's right. Because Esau, our oppressor, the Epstein files, like we see what morality he's portraying. He don't have no morality. Leave it up to Esau, the earth will become a wilderness, desolate. But under Christ's rulership, it will become a paradise. Let's get Deuteronomy 7 and 6, Biblical show. Yes, we are Yahshua, the Prince of the Power, Princess of the Power. If you are a female, we are a royal nation. A royal priesthood. We are a royal priesthood. We get to serve the living God. We don't serve idols. We're not supposed to. We don't serve vain things that can't help us, hurt us, bless us, curse us, punish us, reward us. We serve a living power that punishes us when we do wrong and blesses us when we do right. Right? We supposed to He is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He is a living God. As we know, regeneration, reincarnation is real. Once we die, go our spirit, our body goes in the ground, but our spirit goes to the Most High God. We get judged and come back, and start again. Go ahead, Padazah, read Deuteronomy 7:6.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Yes, Deuteronomy 7:6 is an important precept because, we need to we need we need that strength. We need some strength within us. Go ahead.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
We need to understand one thing. We're not supposed to be with everyone. We are a holy people. And holy means separate. We're a separate nation, a separate people. We're not like everybody else. We're not supposed to be with everyone else. We're supposed to be separate, set apart. We're supposed to follow the Lord. The other nations going to do what they do. There are they are traps unto us. Their ways are traps unto us. We're not supposed to marry their daughters. We're not and our daughters not supposed to marry their sons. We are supposed to stay separate, stay holy. Go ahead, Padazah.
Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. We are special. We are special unto the Most High God. It may not feel like it because we're getting bombarded with these curses. We're in captivity under the oppressor. We got to go to slavery. We police brutality. We live in the harshest parts of the cities and in the counties, the ghettos, the barrios, the reservations. We just on the bottom of society. But we can change that. We can change that as a nation of people. As a nation of people, if we turn back to the Most High God, we humble ourselves and pray. We humble ourselves and pray, and we seek the Most High God. He will hearken unto us. But we have to get that pride out of us and stop committing iniquity, stop transgressing the laws. We have to repent. We have to change our ways. We can't keep doing the things we've been doing. Hasn't working. The only thing we haven't tried as a nation of people is to keep the laws of God in its entirety. And the laws are not grievous. They're not hard to do. Go ahead, Padazah.
Above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
We need to understand. We need to understand that we are above every nation of people upon the face of the earth. We are above the oppressor, Esau. We are above the Africans. We're not African. We're a separate nation of people. Africans are come from their forefathers Ham and Israel, Yasharal, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native men, women, and children. Our forefather is Shem, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We're not the same people. We're different. We're above the Moab. We're above who is the Chinese man. We're above Ammon, Japanese. We're above Japheth, the Polynesians. We're above all these races of people, Elam, the East Indians. We're above these. We're above them. Go ahead, Padazah.
Verse 7.
Oh, we could drop that. Let's get 1 Peter 2:9. So we are above these nations of people. But with that, gotta be obedient. Because when we don't, Judas 5:20 and 21, they know, the other nations know that when we go against the Lord, they can overcome us. They can overcome us. They can overcome us and spoil us. Oppress us, use us, abuse us, do have their way. But when we obey the Most High God, the Lord is our defense. He is our protector, and they'll be made an example of. So that's what we have to do. We have to just stand strong for the Most High, and it's not hard. Okay, like we have examples in the Bible of brothers who have done it. Who stood strong. Even sisters. Under Mordecai's leadership, Esther went against which is heavy because it's coming up for him. Go ahead.
This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 2, verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation.
But ye are a chosen generation. Again, there it goes again. We're chosen. We are a chosen generation. We are in the last days of time. Zephaniah 2:1. Gather yourselves together. Ye gather together, O nation not desired. We're not desired. We are the chosen generation. We are. So we got work to do. The harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are few. We got to put that work in to build this nation. The kingdom of heaven is within us. So we got to work at it. We got to put in and day out. Because Christ is coming back, and his reward is with him. His reward is with him, based on what we have done with the time that we have. Go ahead.
A royal priesthood.
A royal priesthood. We are a royal priesthood. We serve a living power, and we are a royal nation of people. We're a nation of kings and priests. We have the greatest king on the earth, Jesus Christ, a black man. He kept the law. He healed the multitude. He taught people. Taught the people. Told us that the kingdom of heaven was at hand, that we had to repent. He healed the lame, the blind. He fed the multitude. He did all these things, and he raised up brothers, and he rode with brothers and raised them up, the apostles, so that when he left, the work can continue. And he's in the I.S.U.P.K. in Christ. Is the Most High, Christ, man, and Christ is dealing with the I.S.U.P.K. The Most High is dealing with the I.S.U.P.K., not the fake Israelite groups. So we have to come back together, as the Lord said. We can't be doing our own thing. We can't be an individualite. Go ahead, Quatazar.
Holy nation.
And holy nation, a separate nation. We gotta remember that we're separate. There's nothing out there for us. We don't need to be a part of Esau's kingdom. Do our slavery, go home. We don't need to be a part of Esau's kingdom. We build up Christ's kingdom. That's what we do. Any way however we see fit, the orders we given, we complete those orders. We put our spirit in the I.S.U.P.K. and building this school and being brotherly towards one another, sisterly towards one another. Brotherhood is a weapon. We got to utilize that. We got to utilize brotherhood. Go ahead.
A peculiar people.
We are a peculiar people. We're peculiar. We are peculiar people. We're not like any other nation. We made America what it is today. Like we built America. Like that's what we did. Go ahead.
That ye should shew forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
And go ahead, say that last part again, Shaw, the last verse.
That ye should shew forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Yes, we have been called out of darkness. We've been called out of the world into the light, into the truth, into keeping the words of God. That's what we got to do. Got to keep these, and it's not grievous. Again, it's not hard to do. It's not hard. For this is love, that we keep his commandments. You got to keep his commandments. Most High God's commandments. Let's get Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 1, Baba Kushal. Ecclesiasticus 2 and 1. Yeah, we got show forth praise of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. We've been called out of the world. Let's not go back into the world. Let's not fall for that trap. We gotta be that seed that was planted on good ground. Give up good fruit in this time, 100-fold, 60-fold, 30-fold. We don't want to be the seed from the wayside or the one that fall by stones. We want to be a fruitful tree. We want to be a fruitful tree. Go ahead, what is that? Ecclesiasticus 2, verse 1.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Now, when we come to serve the Most High God, now we trying to stop committing sin and iniquity. We got to prepare our soul. Go ahead. When we come to serve the Lord thy God, go ahead, read it again.
Prepare thy soul for temptation.
We got to prepare our soul for temptation. So temptation is going to come. But that's just but it's a battle. We have to fight. And when those temptations comes, that's an opportunity for us to defeat our flesh, to defeat our lusts, and to get stronger. To get stronger. We don't have to fail that test. We can pass that test. And then when we pass that test, we get a little stronger, a little bit more grounded in the truth. So those are opportunities. Go ahead.
Set thy heart aright and constantly endure.
Set thy heart aright. Set thy heart aright. To be spiritually minded is life and peace. To be carnally minded is death. We want to keep our heart on the words of God. Our heart is your mind on our book, on these scriptures, and we got constantly endure. He who endures to the end, the same shall be saved. We have to keep fighting day in, day out. It's a battle. We got to. This is the time to do it, because when Christ come back, that's it. We'll have no more opportunity to show Most High that we are down with Him. Go ahead, read.
And make not haste in time of trouble.
So, yeah, we stand strong. Stand 10 toes deep. That trouble will pass. Don't let no one take us off our square. Drop down to verse 5, Okashaw.
Or slightly verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire.
Gold is tried in the fire. And what does that do? When gold is tried in the fire, it gets all those impurities out. So that we're going to get tried. And that just gets every little thing that's keeping us from our potential to do what's right for the Most High. Let's drop that and let's get 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. We have no excuse, because our King, Yahushua Mashiach, Jesus Christ, a black man, he did it. He did it. So we can do it. He was a man. His father was Joseph. His mother was Mary. He was born like any other man. So we can do it. So we just got to keep that in the back of our minds that we can accomplish it. Someone has already, our King, and he got rewarded for it. Yeah, and he got rewarded for it. He's sitting on the right hand of Most High God right now, waiting for us to get right, and he get the he's going to rule the earth, planet Earth. He's going to rule the planet Earth, and Christ's kingdom is going to last forever. Esau's kingdom is temporary. That's his reward, and our reward is that if we pass the test, we get to rule with our king. Under him, of course, but we get to rule with him. So, isn't that worth it? It's worth it because the Most High got something in store for us that we can't even imagine. I have not seen, ear have not heard, nor came into the minds of men what the Lord have in store for him that keep his paraphrasing, that keep his commandments. That's all we gotta do. Keep his commandments. Go ahead, Quadizah. 1 Corinthians 10, verse 13.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 10, verse 13. There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man.
There is no temptation taking you that's common to man. Like when we are in our time of temptation or our time of trouble, we think we're the only ones that have been through it. No, it happened before. There's no new thing under the sun. It happened. Like it's common. That's why we have counsel in I.S.U.P.K. Call your camp leader up. Call the counseling department. Call your camp leader. And listen, hearken to those words that are given, because this like nothing that we're going through is the end of the world. We just got to reach out and not be stuck on an island, not isolate ourselves from the brotherhood, from the truth. We got to reach out. Go ahead.
But God is faithful.
God is faithful. God is faithful. God is faithful. Read.
Who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able.
See, he's not going to give us something that he know that is too hard for us, that we know that we can't overcome. So anything that we're going through, know that the Most High God put us there because he know we can overcome it. He know that we can handle it. So knowing that, we just gotta wanna call, get counsel, not isolate ourselves, and know that this will pass. This will pass. Read.
But will with the temptation also make a way to escape.
And he always provide a way to escape. There's always a way out of it. There's always a way. There's always a way. There's always a way to get past that temptation, get past that trial, get past that trial. Yep, get past that trial. Most High Christ. Let's get Deuteronomy chapter 27 verse 1, Baruch. So we just gotta stay steadfast. Steadfast. We have to stay steadfast. Gotta stay steadfast. Gotta keep on pushing. Don't let no obstacle, no trial stop us from receiving our crown. Stop us from receiving our crown. Go ahead.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 27, verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying.
So this is Moses with the elders of Israel. He commanded the people, saying, go ahead.
Keep all the commandments which I command you this day.
Keep all the commandments which I command you this day. That was the command. That was the order. We got to keep all the commandments that he commanded us. When we was in that wilderness, the law is still in effect. Don't allow the Christian church, don't allow those pastors to fool us, to deceive us. Don't hearken. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them because they're blind and they're going to lead us. They're going to lead us somewhere where we don't want to be. Lead us. They're going to keep us in hell, so to speak. And hell is a condition. Going to keep us in hell. Drop down to Deuteronomy 28 and verse. Oh, you got the door. So, yeah, our pastors, our leaders, they don't keep the law, and they want us.
All right, Akyam. Wafian, let's get it on. The brother will set everything up. I'll get ready to answer all of your questions. Nosotros somos la Escuela Israelita de Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Comenzamos en 1 West Calle 125, Harlem, Nueva York. Desde 1969, debajo del mando de el general YAHANNA. Carnales, esta es la verdad. Si tú eres hombre hispano, negro o indio nativo, tú eres Israel, el pueblo elegido de Dios. Tu madre y tu padre dicen que somos un culto y mantienen su iglesia sin culpa, pero su iglesia es culpable de todo lo que nos están pensando. Órale. Mi nombre es General Mahayaman. Estoy al servicio del General YAHANNA. Haz tu preguntas. Bienvenido. Gracias por sintonizarse con nosotros esta noche. All right. Let's ready to rock. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I'm going to answer all of your questions, solve all of your problems. Let's get it on. Get ready for the 57th annual Passover this year, coming up shortly. All right. I'll take any questions that you might have online. All right. I'm ready.
Abayar. Shalom.
What's going on?
Slakia, with your grace, can I get a general breakdown of 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 23?
Claro que sí. No problem. Sin problema.
Sir, this is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 23. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft.
Let's go one verse above it.
Yes, sir. Verse 22. And Samuel said, have the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord?
This is the age-old question that the Christian church is confusing in your mind even today. You believe that the Most High God wants you to sin. That's the major doctrine of the Christian church, right? The Christian church believes that the law is done away with and that God wants you to break the law, that God wants you to disobey him because somehow by disobeying him, you fall more upon his grace and you love him more because you do not obey him. That is a lie. And this precept that the brother asked about, what's his name?
Abayar.
Abayar, this precept that Abayar asked about is another precept that proves that the Christian doctrine of God's law being done away with is a lie. Read it one more time.
Yes, sir. 1 Samuel 15 and verse 22. And Samuel said, have the Lord as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of the Lord?
Samuel is asking a question. Does the Lord have as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as he does in obedience? Meaning, what does the Most High God like more? Your sacrifices and how you make it up to him after you sin, or does he prefer obedience to those sacrifices? Think about it like being a father. That's why Jesus Christ called the Lord our Father, so you could understand the kind of relationship that we have with him. What does your father want? For you to say sorry, or does he want you to obey him? What does your father want? For you to take the punishment, or for you to obey him? God does not take the same delight that he does in the sacrifices that you make because of your sin as he would in the obedience and the absence of sin. That's what Samuel is saying right here, Abayar. Keep going.
Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice.
Behold, oh yeah, in Espanol. Behold, look, obedience is better than sacrifice. If you want to know what God prefers, I know you love to scream his holy name and to cry and to yell the name of Jesus and to praise him. But Jesus Christ said this, depart from me, for you, this people praise me and worship me with their mouth, but their heart is far from me. The Most High God knows who you are by what you do, not how passionately you say sorry. It's not how you say who you are or how you express who you actually are. God is not some woman that you can say, baby, please forgive me after you've given her gonorrhea. That's not who God is, all right? God does not love your apology, your sacrifice, the way he loves obedience. Keep going.
Yes, sir. And to hearken then the fat of rams.
And to hearken, what does the word to hearken mean? To listen. Escúchame. Listen to me. Escuche. I'm listening. He does not love your sacrifices the way he loves it for you to hearken unto him. Escuchar. For you to listen to him. That's what he wants most of all. He wants your obedience. He wants you to hear him. He doesn't need your passionate jumping up and down, dancing and crying apology as much as he needs you to obey him. Keep going.
Verse 23, for rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity in idolatry.
For, or por in Espanol, or because rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. Witchcraft, of course, is a sin. You know, a drug dealer is a witch. A lot of you serve witches, especially on Valentine's Day. You serve those demons and witches and get high and do drugs, and you're seduced by evil spirits that make you think that boxes of candy and flowers supersede real commitments. You have a demon, right? Well, witchcraft is the practice of someone that sells you spells, that sells you potions. Drug dealing would be the most direct way to understand witchcraft. There is other form of witchcraft, the form like when you go to see a soothsayer or you go to see a fortune card reader or someone to tell you their fortune. That's also a witch, but she is just a hustler and her witchcraft is not real. But then there is actual witchcraft, which is someone that can make potion, that can mix baking powder or baking soda with cocaine and paralyze a generation of blacks and Latinos. That's a real witch. Everyone understands. Well, rebellion is just like the sin of witchcraft, to rebel against the Most High. The Christian church are rebels against the Most High God. They're rebelling against him. They're refusing to give up pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, sexual deviance. They're refusing to give up these things, but they're willing to say sorry in many ways. They're willing to apologize in so many ways. Rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. Keep going.
And stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry.
And stubbornness, to be stubborn, to refuse to obey. That's what you Christians are. You know what you Christians are? You're just traditional. You're just nostalgic for slavery, the way it was back in the 1600s, the way your great grandmama did things, the way your Christmases were on the plantation, the way your Sundays were on the plantations and the barrios and the reservations. You want to just keep the tradition going. That's all. You're just nostalgic. You don't love God. You just love your past and your traditions, and it is witchcraft. And you know it's a powerful thing because look how hard it is for you to give it up. You have a demon. It's hard for you to give it up. You look at the evidence of what the Christian church does, and you would think everyone would see they're lying, but the witchcraft in Christianity is so strong. It's so powerful. It's akin to love and feeling good and grandmama's chitlins and grandmama's pork and, going to Red Lobster on a first date. It has nostalgia in your mind. That feeling is witchcraft. That feeling that you feel about sin. Christmas is a tremendous, pull on people because of the intense witchcraft on Christmas. There is an intense witchcraft on Valentine's Day. Please do not ever say Valentine's Day. If I ever battled someone and they said Valentine's Day, I won already. I've won the battle. The minute I battle some brother, he says, well, see, Valentine's Day, that's enough. You lost. Go home. It is Valentine. Valentine was a Roman god, a Roman bishop that the holiday is based off in the Catholic tradition. The original Valentine's Day was about the worship of a she-wolf who suckled Romulus and Remus when their father was trying to kill them. That's the original Valentine's Day. It was called, not February. I forget the name of it. Someone can look up the original name of Valentine's Day. February is the name of the wolf. Go ahead.
Lupercalia, sir?
Lupercalia or Lupercalia. I'm not sure what the pronunciation is. You can let me know, all right? I usually pronounce it Lupercalia, but it might be Lupercalia, all right? That's the original Valentine's Day, where the red comes from you beating blood, dog's blood and goat's blood all over young people who wanted to have sex. They would have a giant festival. Caesar Octavius hated this festival because he said it was so lustful, because it was a giant New Year's Eve type party where everyone would get naked, kill goats and dogs, and whip each other with strips of goat's flesh. So you were covered in blood, which is where the red comes from. And Valentine's Day from blood. All right. And you would send people letters. You would send them a little note, and you could slip this note to them to say you want them to be your Valentine or to be your Lupercalia mate or Lupercalia mate. And you would have sex with them that day. Even if they were married or had a husband, it didn't matter. You were going to have sex with them to celebrate Lupercalia. All right. And that's where Be My Valentine comes from. You're choosing someone to be your Valentine. That is directly associated with the original worship of Lupercalia, to find someone to have sex with today, to find someone to have sex with for the duration of the festival. All right. There's a tremendous amount of witchcraft on that. You know, it's not in the Bible. You Christians know that Valentine's Day is not in the Bible. You know it is not of God, but you still can't give it up. You have to do it. You're a rebel. You're a witch. And God would prefer your obedience than he would your apologies. Everyone understands, all right? Anything else? Sir, go ahead.
This is from Nashap Shalom. Salaki, sir, could I get a breakdown for Revelation 18, verses 1 through 3, and 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verses 2 through 5, and verse 8, Baba Kashaw?
No, anything in particular? He said general?
Yes, sir.
Solid. Go ahead.
Okay. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 18, and verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. Verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, the great is fallen.
This is a vision that John had, the Apostle John had when he was in prison on a prison island called Patmos, all right, in the Greek islands, okay, the Aegean Sea. And this is a vision he had that gave him great comfort at a terrible time in his life when he was in prison for the work of God, for standing for Jesus Christ upon the earth, all right? And he saw a great angel coming down from the Most High. He was glorious, powerful, glowing. And he said, what again? When the angel came down, he said, what?
Saying, Babylon the great is fallen.
Babylon the great is fallen. Someone give me that in Espanol. Give me Babylon the great in Babylon the great is fallen in Spanish. Okay? Babylon the great is fallen. This is what gave John such comfort. Babylon the great. Babylon the great, as you know, in the Old Testament, there was this great city of Babylon. But John is having a future prophecy about another place that is Babylon, that is Sodom and Gomorrah, that is Egypt. Babylon the great is fallen. John had a prophecy about the fall of his oppressor. Who was his oppressor at that time? The Roman Empire. That was Babylon at that time. Now the Roman Empire morphed into the Roman Catholic Church. The Roman Catholic Church morphed into the European Empire. The European Empire grew into the Western Empire, and all of the empires of this world controlled by our oppressor. They're going to fall. Babylon the Great is falling. John saw the prophecy of our oppressor falling. Continue.
Yes, sir. And is become the habitation of devils.
And has become the habitation of devils. So what is it now? Just a place full of demons. That's all it is. It's not some great city on a hill. That's what the Romans thought that Rome was, a great city on a hill for everyone to come follow it. America said the same thing. Many presidents have called America a shining city on a hill, because that's the witchcraft about America. That's part of the American dream that now you're waking up from in the last days. You're seeing that the American dream is a lie. Why? Because Babylon the Great is about to fall. The idea of what America is, of what Great Britain is, of what France is and Spain is and Germany is, the idea is falling in your mind. Soon it will fall physically in front of your face. That's going to happen. John saw a prophecy of it happening. Babylon the Great is falling, and now it's just a place where ICE agents would mass, arrest 5-year-olds and murder people in the street. It's just a place that oppresses the poor, a place that makes the rich pedophiles who go unpunished and poor men who suffer every day in punishment. That's what it really is, the habitation of devils. Continue.
And the hold of every foul spirit.
And the hold of every foul spirit. A hold is a cage. That's a hold, like a holding cell. A hold is a cage. And our oppressor, his home, is just a cage of every foul spirit. The things in that Epstein list, I would have told Commanding General YAHANNA 2 years ago, that's just something in movies, sir. I just can't believe that. He would have said, brother, those things are true. And he is absolutely correct. It's just a place where every terrible thing that you can imagine is happening there. Things that you would imagine are not happening. The eating of babies is happening. That's in the Epstein list. Eating babies, eating human flesh, dissolving bodies in sulfuric acid, child trafficking, things that you would go, well, that can't be true. That just cannot be happening. There's no way that's happening. This place is a cage with every foul bird. Foul bird meaning a bird that's unclean to eat. Vultures and penguins, and, hawks and seagulls. Just every disgusting bird that eats dead flesh. Birds that you can't eat, primarily because God said so, because of what they eat. Right? Birds that eat dead flesh and carrion birds. That's what America is. A disgusting place with every foul spirit, every foul thing, every foul imagination is realized here in this country and in Great Britain and in France and in Spain and in all over the world, Portugal as well. Continue.
In a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Every nation has drunk of the wine of her wrath of fornication. Every country has tasted America's anger, the so-called white man's anger, our oppressor's anger. Every country, to where they have to obey them. How do you think Jeffrey Epstein was able to go on for so long? Because they were afraid of his allies, the Israelis. They were terrified of Jeffrey Epstein, not because he was strong and mighty, but his allies were Great Britain. The prince in Great Britain was an ally of Jeffrey Epstein. The Grand Duke, I'm sorry, not the Duke, the prince in Great Britain had to resign because he was an ally of Jeffrey Epstein. The American president, Donald Trump, is an ally of Jeffrey Epstein. Every rich country was an ally of Jeffrey Epstein and the Israelis. Who could cross him? Who could turn him in? Who could arrest him? Who could do anything about it? Every country has tasted of the wine of the wrath of his fornication. if you try to turn in the pedophiles that America promotes and protects, you will end up committing suicide, won't you? You know how many suicides were on that Epstein list? If you look up the amount of people that committed suicide in conjunction with that Epstein list, it's a ridiculous number. That Ghislaine Maxwell that's sitting in jail right now, her father tried to bring it out. He was also a pedophile. He committed suicide. I mean, go look up the number of people that committed suicide in conjunction with that Jeffrey Epstein list. That's what happens if you try to expose a pedophile ring in Great Britain, in America, in France, in Portugal, in the Israeli government. That's what happens. You end up committing suicide, coincidentally. Well, because of that, everyone obeys. Everyone does what they're told. Everyone closes their eyes at the death of children. Everyone closes their eyes at missing so-called North American Indian children on the reservation. Everyone closes their eyes at all the missing Benjamite girls, West Indian girls. All of the missing children their screams and their cries go unheard because they're afraid of the government that is abusing them. Every country has tasted it, and every country obeys because of it. Continue.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
And because of it, the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. You want evidence of that? The Epstein list. Princes in Great Britain, sultans in the Arab world, the grand sultan sheikh of the Saudi government, Arab emirates and Saudi Arabian princes in Dubai and all over the goddamn world, billionaires who control governments. They're allies with America and with the Israelis. They have drunken of her fornication. They have enjoyed the lust that you're able to enjoy if you're willing to keep your mouth shut and make money with certain kinds of people that a good man would never do business with. You can enjoy that kind of life as well if you have the stomach for it. Every country has done it. Continue.
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacy.
Yeah, I think you understand this out. And the merchants of the earth have waxed rich because of her delicacies. What are delicacies? Riches, fine things like silk and pearls and gold and silver and things that rich men it's too soft for them to afford. Delicate things, beautiful things. Well, merchants are rich because of that. America, Great Britain, France, Portugal, you get rich if you can get in with the government of these countries, if you can party with them on their secret islands, if you can enjoy the kind of sex that they enjoy, if you can keep your mouth shut about it and laugh with them, then you can become a billionaire. Now you can sell your goods all over the planet Earth. Now you can sell the things that rich men buy to other rich men in other countries. But if you disobey them, then you go poor. That's the mark of the beast. That's none shall buy or sell. That's what the Bible is speaking about. The kind of prostitution that countries do one to another. Countries make other countries sell out and disobey the civilians and forget the poor in their country. The Israelis are forcing America to forget their poor people. The Israelis are forcing America to neglect Hispanics and black people. Great Britain is forcing other countries to neglect the poor, to neglect the citizens. They're doing it, and if you don't do it, then you can't do business. Then you can't sell your goods that only rich men can afford. Now they have Bitcoin, some new imaginary nonsense. That's imaginary, but it is a way for rich men to transfer money all over the world, everywhere. Now everyone is getting rich. Now Bitcoin is a delicacy that the very super rich can trade back and forth with. The problem is to get in that club, you have to not say what you saw on that island, and you'll have to do the things that's being done on those islands. And most countries are willing to do it. Continue.
I believe I have a translation for Babylon the Great is fallen. Is
Please,
fallen,
go
sir.
ahead.
Yes, sir. He caído la gran Babilonia.
Just text it to me. It's all right.
Oh, yes, sir.
Just give me a text and I'll write it down and rehearse it. All right. Okay, any other? I believe that is that it, or is there more?
He had another question, sir.
Peace. Copa otra vez, please. One more cup, please, if I could. Boy. Gracias.
Second Ezra chapter,
Necesita copa otra vez. Gracias. Not necesita. Hold on. I'll get it, Shalaki. Go ahead. Go ahead. Me gustaría copa otra vez. I would like another glass. Por favor, please. Go ahead. Whenever you're ready.
chapter 13
Mhm.
and verse 2. And lo,
Yes.
there arose a wind from the sea, and it moved all the waves thereof.
One more time.
Kawaka. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea,
Mm-hmm.
that it moved all the waves thereof.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven.
Mm-hmm.
And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 4.
Where is this at?
Second Ezra to the 13.
Yeah, this is a prophecy about Jesus Christ. This is Jesus Christ in the Old Testament. This is a prophecy about Jesus Christ in the Old Testament. If that was your point, that's the breakdown. All right. Is there more? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. This is from Kalataza,
Please.
Stalaki Alawap.
Mhm.
May I have a breakdown on 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 6, Baba Kashaw?
Let OKC. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you.
See that it is a righteous thing for God to recompense trouble to them that trouble you. This is something that you should understand more. And if not, Lord allow you will later. God will hurt the people that are hurting you. He'll do that. The problem is we don't earn God's protection. God thinks it is a righteous thing for him to trouble the people that trouble you, which is why we turn to him in times of trouble. We turn to him when an enemy who is so great and so strong, an enemy that controls the government in Israel, the country of Israel, controls the government in Great Britain. We turn to him. We turn to the Lord God, and he will trouble Benjamin Netanyahu. He will trouble Donald Trump. He will trouble the ICE agents. He will trouble our oppressors. He'll trouble them, and he knows it's a righteous thing to do it. Continue.
That was the precept.
No problem. Anything
Okay.
else?
This is from Gabawar Rakha.
Eyal Gomas. Go ahead.
Shalom, my Lord. Can I get a breakdown on Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 1?
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and 1. You got it?
Yes, sir. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7 and verse 1.
Mhm.
A good name is better than precious ointment.
Yeah, a good name is better than precious ointment. This is another good precept for those of you battling Christians when the Bible says that Jesus Christ had a name that no man knew. That's it. Christians or fake Israelites will pull that to say Jesus Christ has some secret name, like, Jerome or something, some garbage like that. When the Bible says Jesus Christ had a name which no man knew, meaning he had such a good reputation, there were things that he did that no one even knows about because he was so humble. Your name is your reputation. That's what your name is. And a good reputation is better than precious ointment. What does precious ointment do for you? Who knows? Precious ointment. Tazariak sells the best precious ointment that exists. Carl Gas scents and body butters and salves for all manner of skin disorders. Precious ointments make you smell good, right? That's what they do. If you have a precious ointment or frankincense or myrrh, or my favorite ointment I get from Captain Tazariak, Cookie Monster. I'm sorry, Cookie Master. Cookie Master. For mastering that cookie. That's what Captain Tazariak makes for me special, and I greatly appreciate it. That's precious ointment. It makes you smell good, right? It covers up your stink, doesn't it? Right? So you can smell good even though you're not good. If you have something that smells good on you. Well, a good reputation is better than that, right? The same way that someone might get cologne to make themselves smell pleasant, even though they are not pleasant. There are many liars that can smell good, many thieves that can smell good. A good reputation is better than precious ointment. It's better to be a good person. That's what's better. And your reputation, you will have a good reputation based on the kind of person that you are, based on how you treat people, based on how you deal with each other. Your reputation will be known. People will know that you're not a liar. You're not a thief. You're not a mentiroso or a mentirosa, some liar. You're not that. You're not just a thief and a disgusting bastard. And so because of that, everyone will know you're a good person. Everyone understands. All right. Ladrones is thief in Espanol. Ladrones. All right. Anything else? You get that?
Yes, sir. This is from Hadar.
Mhm.
Salaki, my Lord, if I may have but a pinch of your wisdom in First
Please.
Samuel
Please.
chapter 20 and verse 6. Is the yearly sacrifice referring to Passover or a family tradition?
He said, is the yearly sacrifice referring to Passover or a family tradition?
Yes, sir. And
All right, let me hear it.
yes, sir. This is the book of First Samuel chapter 20 and verse 6.
Mhm.
If thy father at all miss me, then say, David earnestly asked leave of me that he might run to Bethlehem, his city.
Where are we at?
First Samuel chapter 20 and verse 6, sir.
I might need it from context. I don't recall this. Skip up 2 verses.
Yes, sir. This is the book of First Samuel chapter 20 and verse 4.
Mhm.
Then said Jonathan unto David,
Okay.
whatsoever thy soul desireth, I will even do it for thee.
This is speaking about a great biblical friendship between a brother from the tribe of Benjamin whose father hated David and King David. Jonathan was Saul's father, and Saul hated King David. But Jonathan loved King David, and King David loved him. So first understand that context before I break it down. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 5. And David said unto Jonathan, behold, tomorrow is the new moon, and I should not fail to sit with the king at meat. But let me go, that I may hide myself in the field until the third day at even.
So remember, this is the time in Israel, when Saul is, this is right before Saul was trying to kill King David. So King David was a member of Saul's court. And just like today in the UPK, they always acknowledge when the new moon is. Commanding General YAHANNA, General Mayak, they know when the new moon is. They come together on that day so they can chart out the high holy days. And that was similarly done in Israel in the government. They would come together and know when the new moon is. So he would have a dinner with him during this time, but he wasn't going to be there at this time. Read it from the top again.
And David said unto Jonathan, behold, tomorrow is the new moon, and I should not fail to sit with the king at meat. But let me go, that I may hide myself in the field unto the third day at even.
But he was going to go hide from him. Instead of coming to meet with him, as they would usually do, to chart out the month or to chart out the things that must be done in the month or the things that have to happen in that month, he was going to go hide. And he's telling Saul's son, Jonathan, that he is going to go hide in a field. Continue.
Verse 6. If thy father at all miss me, then say, David earnestly asked leave of me that he might run to Bethlehem, his city.
He is telling Jonathan to lie to his father. He's saying, lie to your father. I'm going to go hide in the field. Tell your father that he had to go to Bethlehem to be with his family. Because, of course, David was from this which later became known, the city of David. because it was a Judite city where many Judites lived. All right, Bethlehem. Keep going.
For there
Which
is
is
a
in Hebrew Bethlehem or Bethlehem. The term Bethlehem in Hebrew is Bethlehem, which means house of bread. All right, go ahead.
for there is a yearly sacrifice there for all the family.
Right. So meaning this is the lie. The lie is he went to Bethlehem for a yearly sacrifice with his family. If your question is this a family thing? This is a family thing. More important, it is not true. It's not happening. This is a lie because this is during the time when he's beginning to see that King Saul he's losing favor with King Saul, and it's becoming to be dangerous to be around King Saul. It was a time when David was playing the guitar or the kanar or the lyre. He's playing the guitar. As he's playing, a javelin comes right by his head, kabloom, and hits in a wall right behind him. He looks up. King Saul threw a javelin at David's head as he was playing the guitar and then played it off, like it was a big mistake. He began to realize it was dangerous to come meet with Saul at the top of the month. It was dangerous to do that. Everyone understands. Go ahead. All right. Anything else? Please, copa otra vez, please. Me gustaría copa otra vez. Gracias. Just one finger like you gave me before. Perfect. The what? Go ahead.
This is from Kahan Kwatazap. Shalom, General. I have a question about the strangers in Exodus, the 12th chapter. Were they Gentiles?
All right, let's hear it.
Yes, sir. Exodus 12. Assuming one. He didn't give a verse, sir.
He didn't give a verse. Just give me the first verse. It might jog my memory.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 12, and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, verse 2, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Let me see if I can drop down.
You said Exodus?
Yes. Right, yes. Exodus 12 chapter.
Okay, these are Israelites, right? There's very few places in the Bible where strangers is not talking about Israelites. I'm just not going to say every place just because I can't remember off the top of my head, but it is very few places. All right. Virtually every place you read about strangers and doing something good to a stranger. If it's doing something good to that stranger, then that's an Israelite stranger. He's not from your town, but he's an Israelite. If it's doing something bad to him, then it's a heathen or an actual other nation. All right. That's an in general understanding of the process of the context of stranger in the Bible. All right. Go ahead. Please, go ahead.
Yes, sir. This is from Belize Irving.
All right.
Can you break down Revelations chapter 13 about John getting a vision of the future and Revelations chapter 9, verses 7 through 10?
Absolutely, Belize. Whenever you're ready.
And 18.
Go ahead.
Revelation 13. He didn't give a verse. Just, you want to start at verse 1, sir? He didn't give a verse.
Oh, he did not give a verse. Tell him to give a verse. Come on. Belize, give a verse. Be specific about your question, all right? It just makes things more efficient, okay? Anything else?
Yes, sir. He did give a chapter. He did give a chapter and verse for the second.
All right.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 9 and verse 7. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle. And on their heads were as it were crowns like gold.
Right. This is a prophecy about an end time prophecy about our oppressor and the demon that is in our oppressor. You better skip up 2 verses, all right?
Yes, sir.
Skip up to when they open the bottomless pit.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Verse 2. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 9, verse 2. And he opened the bottomless pit.
So this is the vision. Once again, John is having this vision on a prison island called Patmos in the Aegean Sea. In this vision, he sees an angel opening a bottomless pit. A long time ago, the worst prisons were simply holes in the ground with a gate on top. That was a prison. There are many prisons over there in castles in Scotland and in Wales where you can look up a hole in the ground prison. That is simply a hole. They throw you in it, put a gate on top. There's usually a hole at the bottom for your waste and filth to fall out of the bottom of the castle, and they might feed you, they might not. Many people, they throw you in there and forget about you. All right, and so imagine that, a prison that is a hole in the ground, right? But an angel came down and he opened up this prison. He took the gate off of the hole in the ground. All right, and this is what happened afterwards. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. As the smoke of a great furnace.
And when he opened it up, smoke came out of that hole like a great furnace. That was all of the demons that have been trapped up for 1,000 years. They were rushing out of prison. What is this vision about? It's about the release of white supremacy. White supremacy was trapped up for about 1,000 years. Many historians call that time the Dark Ages. That's when women like Queen Charlotte and famous black men like Servius Septimius and Persinius Niger began to rule on the planet Earth after the fall of the Roman Empire. The time when slaves and barbarians in Rome then became the warlords over medieval Europe. That time is called the Dark Ages, all right? And blacks and Latinos were ruling in Germany, in Spain. Who was that brother over in Spain? Aragon, right? Aragon, ruling in Spain. You can get books like Nature Knows No Color Line to see blacks and Latinos ruling all over Europe because Rome had fallen. And now the captives of Rome were free to rule. You'd be shocked what blacks and Latinos would do without oppression. If they were not oppressed, they would rule every industry on the planet Earth. The only reason blacks and Latinos are not ruling and the dominant force in every industry is because of systematic oppression. Well, when Rome fell, systematic oppression was over. Black men, King Leopold ruled Germany, a black man. Persinius Niger, Servius Septimius, Queen Charlotte. We were ruling all over the goddamn place. Catherine of Aragon, ruling all over the place, all right? It was trapped. So now we could simply earn a job, earn a position on our merit, which is all blacks and Latinos have ever wanted. That's what happened during the Dark Ages. During the Dark Ages, there was not a magical time. It was simply a time when white supremacy and the lies that white people push and those lies that prevail against us were not allowed to prevail. And that was the Dark Ages. That would happen at any time in history if the playing field was even. During the Dark Ages, the playing field was even. It was just simply fair. You got the job based on your skill. You got the job based on how hard you worked and your ability and aptitude to do it. That was the Dark Ages, and blacks and Latinos ruled during the Dark Ages. Oh, but then that time was over. A great angel came down from the Most High God and unleashed white supremacy. Then the Renaissance began. That's when the Renaissance began. Then you had a rebirth of white supremacy. White people going all over Europe and repainting pictures of black saints and black people from the Bible and black historical figures, repainting them all white. You had Leonardo da Vinci, men like him, and Michelangelo, repainting pictures of God and Adam and Eve, and John the Baptist, all being white men. And that image being the image of God, the image of a white man, an image that was around before in the Roman Empire, but it was trapped for 1,000 years. Now it was free, and it rushed out of that prison like smoke from a great furnace. That's the context you need to understand this. Continue.
Yes, sir. And the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit.
Jesus Christ, Doc. It came out so thick you couldn't see the sky. You couldn't see the sun. That's how lies rushed out of prison during the time of the Renaissance, and it is still existing today. I think today we're in Philadelphia, right? 1943 Philadelphia, right? Look this up. 1943 Philadelphia, 8 black transit workers were promoted on a job. Do you know it caused an entire city shutdown in Philadelphia? Black transit workers got promoted. They got a promotion in 1944. The entire Philadelphia transit system went on strike. They went on strike because 8 black men got a promotion. Look that up and see if you can find me that story. That happened here in the city you're sitting in right now. Do you know they had to bring in the goddamn National Guard? The National Guard had to come into Philadelphia because 8 black men got a promotion on their job. If anyone has it, let me know. It happened. Please read them. Tell them the story.
Yes, sir. In August of 1944, white employees of the Philadelphia Transportation Company launched a 6-day hate strike after the company promoted 8 black workers to trolley driver positions.
Do you know how many people work for this transit company? Can you imagine how small that is? 8 black men went from being, what were they, trolley drivers to being bus drivers? I don't know. They became supervisors. 8 of them in the entire city, one of the biggest cities in the country at the time. The city shut down. White people shut down the city. You have more?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Which was previously reserved for whites.
Because black men were not allowed to have positions of power, just like it was before the Dark Ages. Black and Latino men were not allowed to have certain positions. But during this time, just like during the Dark Ages, 8 black men were able to make supervisor on the job or to get a promotion on the job of some kind. Keep going.
The strike paralyzed Philadelphia's wartime production.
Good Lord, brother, it was a time of war. They were fighting the Germans. They needed everybody to get to work. The factories were making the weapons and making the things that the United States soldiers needed to defeat the Nazis in Germany. White people still shut it down. White people couldn't give a damn about defeating Germany or winning World War II. 8 black men made supervisor, shut it down. That's what they did. And it hurt the war effort. You would think white people would say, I'm angry that these black people got a job, but it's only 8 of them, and it is wartime. We do have to defeat Germany. Let's be cool until the war is over. Hell no. Hell no. It hurt the war effort. People couldn't get to work to defeat the Germans, and white people still did it. Continue.
Yes, sir. Prompting President Roosevelt to send in 5,000 federal troops to end the walkout and enforce the promotion.
Right here in the city you're in right now, he had to send 5,000. How many? Donald Trump sent 300 ICE agents to Minneapolis. President Roosevelt sent 5,000 people to the city you're in right now. 5,000 troops, because he said, we're going to lose the goddamn war because you white people won't allow a black person to get paid $2 more at all on a job. 5,000 troops came to this city. That is the Renaissance that happened after the Dark Ages. That is a rush of white people saying, we will not allow blacks and Latinos to even feel equal, to make 50 cents more at all. And it rushed out of prison and took over the world. It took over the world. White people think oppression is righteous. It is just, because without that oppression, you would become King Leopold. You would become Queen Charlotte. You would rule the world. Continue. Please.
Yes, sir. Do you want to jump down to his question, sir?
Please.
Yes, sir. This book of Revelation, chapter 9 and verse 7. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle.
So now this rush, this smoke was like a swarm of locusts. And the shape of the locust was a horse prepared for battle. It's telling you the spirit on white supremacy. What we're describing here is a spiritual thing, but we're describing what it would look like if you could physically see it. It's a vision. So imagine this is white supremacy. If you want to understand white supremacy, just understand these concepts. This is the spirit of white supremacy. First of all, it's shaped like a horse going to battle. Why? Because white supremacy is violent. It is rooted in violence. It is not rooted in debate or reason or science. It is rooted in fascism, in oppression, in violent overthrow of anyone that you disagree with. It's a horse ready for battle, arrayed for battle. Continue.
And on their heads were as if were crowns like gold.
And on their head was as if it was a crown of gold. So what does that mean? That crown on their head, you know what that is? That's that white, some people call it caucasity, or what's the word for white privilege? That's that crown on their head. It always wants to fight and kill, and it believes it is in charge. That's why it says, and it was as if it was a crown of gold, meaning it's not really a crown. They're not really in charge, but it's shaped like a crown. That is that white privilege that every white person has. Do you live in this building? Do you live here? Let me see your ID. Well, you ain't even a cop. I don't care. I still want to see your ID. Do you live here? Should you be here? Why are you in this neighborhood? Why are you walking around here, Trayvon Martin? You see, it's like they're in charge. It's like it's a crown. That bastard is not in charge. That filthy cochino, pendejo, is not in charge. It's like it's a crown, but he's not in charge. But he acts like he's in charge. You understand? That's white privilege. That's every Karen, every white person you meet. They all act like they're ruling the place and running the place. And they want to know, do you live in this neighborhood? Continue.
And their faces were as the faces of men.
And they look like people. Their faces are the faces of men, but they pretend to be kings, and they want to hurt somebody. They want to fight and harm someone. Continue.
Come, verse 8. And they had hair as the hair of woman.
And they have hair like what?
As the hair of woman.
And they have hair like what?
As the hair of woman.
But they have hair like women. What is that speaking about? They're feminine. They're all feminine. They act so tough. Now, let's see the whole thing. Horse arrayed for battle. A face like a what? Oh, you said faces like what?
Men.
Face like what? Say it again.
Men.
Face like a man, hair like a woman. Face like a man, hair like a woman. All of them are RuPaul. All of them are drag racing. All of them are drag queens. All of them. Face like a man, hair like a woman. Ready to kill like a war horse. White privilege like they're wearing a crown. But all of them are a bunch of pedophiles and sexual deviants. Faces like men, hair like women. Continue.
And their teeth were as the teeth of lions.
And their teeth were like the teeth of lions. They're ravenous, hungry animals. All of them. That's why they elected a pedophile to the White House, because they are pedophiles. They are sexual deviants, but they want to go to war constantly. That is all white people care about. If you want to win a white election, bomb somebody. Pick an enemy. Bomb Nicaragua, bomb Iraq, bomb Afghanistan, bomb somebody. Because if you don't bomb a country, you're not becoming president. You're not getting a second term if you don't bomb somebody, because white people feel such national pride when their country is bombing someone. That's the spirit that was released from that bottomless pit. And they all are privileged, like they rule everything, like they rule the world. And they are men who act like women. They're all sexual deviants and filthy. What's the word? What's the word for gay in Espanol? Don't tell me. ¿Qué significa gay in Espanol? Don't tell me. Maricón. They're all a bunch of maricones. Continue.
Yes, sir. Verse 9. And they had breastplates, as it were breastplates of iron.
They got breastplates, as it were a breastplate of iron. Oh, they're so protected. You see the ICE agents with all that Kevlar on their vests. You see ICE agents, how they look. ICE agents are trying to physically represent these demons from the book of Revelations. They're physically represented. They're pedophiles dressed up like warriors. Meanwhile, all of them go home and molest some child. All of them. And they have breastplates on, armor on, bulletproof vests on, as if it were armor, as if they're so protected. ICE agents, you are not safe, because it is a righteous thing for God to trouble them that trouble us. You aren't safe. Continue.
And the sound of their wings was as the sound of chariots of many horses running to battle.
And the sound of their wings was like the sound of chariots of many horses. So imagine a locust where his wings are so loud, like helicopters. Just imagine a helicopter where it's like wings, but it is loud, like many horses running to battle. That's his military might. This is a spiritual depiction in physical form, so you could understand the spirit in white supremacy. That's what you're reading about. And it's loose. And it's choking out the sunlight. It's everywhere now. It's in front of your face. It's on your phone every day. Continue. Unless there was more.
Verse 10.
Go ahead.
And they had tails like unto scorpions, and there were stings in their tails.
They had tails like scorpions, and there were stings in their tails, meaning what? They're deadly. They kill. White supremacy, I don't know if there's a bigger killer on the planet Earth. It's such a killer rock. White supremacy kills in ways that you don't understand. Do you know that before Donald Trump came out and told all of you stupid idiots not to get vaccines, measles was gone. There was no such thing as measles. Have you brothers ever had measles or chicken pox? How old are you? What did you have? Chicken pox. Chicken pox was the last disease holding on. These young kids now are younger than you. They never had chicken pox. I had chicken pox as well when I was a kid, right? It was that last one that was hanging on. People haven't had chicken pox and measles like in 30 years. They haven't had it. There is an outbreak of chicken pox so terrible, it's killing everybody, I think, in South Carolina and North Carolina, killing children. Because white people, because of their white supremacy, said black people don't get that jab. Then you put some goddamn idiot in charge of Health and Human Services who said this week that he snorted cocaine off a toilet seat. I got it in my phone. In my phone, I'll play it Thursday. He said, I'm not afraid of germs. I snorted cocaine off a toilet seat. He is in charge of the vaccines. Him. Do you see how white supremacy kills? You know what else is back? The bubonic plague is back. The black plague from Europe, from the goddamn Dark Ages, is back. That is how white supremacy. I don't believe in doctors. I snort cocaine off of toilet seats. Do whatever I say. Let me tell you what to do. Now everybody's dead of some disease that was cured 30 years ago. That's one way white supremacy is killing. It's killing in 1,000 ways. It's killing every day with airplane crashes because white men who are incompetent and who should never have been given a pilot's license, like the ones that killed Kobe Bryant, white men who get a pilot's license because they're white. Because men like Charlie Kirk don't trust a black pilot. I even heard Jamie Foxx say the same thing one time. I'm going to see if I can find that. He said he wants to see a white man be his pilot. Jamie Foxx said that. I'm going to find it before Thursday. That white supremacy got Kobe Bryant killed and so many other black people and white people killed because you don't like black pilots, which is why only about 10% of pilots are black, 3% of pilots are Latino. The other 98% are white men crashing a plane every goddamn day. That's another way that white supremacy costs people their lives. Forget about wars. Forget about Iraq and Afghanistan and Vietnam and Korea. That would never happen if a peaceful man, a peaceful people ran this world. Forget about diseases and plagues and high blood pressure and diabetes and death that would not prevail over us if the Israelites were in charge of this world. But instead, a mob, an army, a plague of locusts runs this planet. And they must be relieved of duty. They have to go. Everybody understands, I pray. Is there anything else? With that, Pastor, what's your name again in the back? Say again. Quatazar. Pass the class over to Priest and Officer Quatazar Corrupt.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General YAHANNA presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All black Hispanics and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General YAHANNA. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and war like apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
All right, I.S.U.P.K. security. Yeah. All right. This is I.S.U.P.K. security announcement with I.S.U.P.K. 1 Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes to the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They are excluded only. They are here to shed themselves of the word. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to her brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is the commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10 means 10th in the Hebrew. My I.S.U.P.K. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give the Treasury Department. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you are like. Upcoming holy convocation, we got the Feast of Purim, and that's the 14th day of the 15th month of the it's like 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month, which is Monday, March 2nd, and Tuesday, March 3rd. When we read up on it, go to Esther chapter 9, verse 20, read down to 31. From my Akim and Hakak, check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper to school, start wearing all black, shirt, PSA, they discarded with that. Imagine just the brothers. All right, men of Israel, and the brothers on courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I.S.U.P.K. Imagine, Barak. Yahweh Shemi Yahweh Shabbat. Yahweh Matai hands down, sir, we're gonna face the sisters. And we're gonna get the sisters on courtesy salute. Men of Israel, I.S.U.P.K. Imagine, Barak. Yahweh Shemi Yahweh Shabbat. Yahweh Matai hands down, class dismissed.